Happy Spider-Man Friday, everyone. Sorry, pencil. Pretty sure most people are out and about getting their No Way Home fix or their fix of No Way Home. But that's okay. It's a great movie. Any Spider-Man MCU action adventure fan should watch. I'll just be here all by myself. Just working on a preliminary sketch of a Captain America piece here. This is kind of the World War One cap. And this is going to be a sketch cover. But since I don't really do sketch covers, I'm going to do the prelim on a separate piece of paper. And once I have this nice and tight, scan it and clean up the lines, do a print, and transfer that to the actual cover. So I believe this is going to end up on this book, which is a Captain America blank variant, rated T for teen. Haven't actually opened the book, so I don't know what the story is all about. I don't think it really matters. We should light him from here. So I did a very rough, which since the camera's overexposing a little bit, you can see that with the very rough pencils in 2H, just kind of blocking the skeleton. You can still see a little bit of the arm here and some of the bone, like the skeletal structure. And really all I'm doing now is I'm just dressing him up, putting on the uniform and all the accessories. I think the shield I'm going to just do digitally after. It's just easier to get a nice symmetrical shape. But I do want to block in the general area of it. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Red, white, red. Something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's. I can count. Check that. And he's going to be holding a flag. So let me because he's Captain America and he's got to respect the flag. Message a few artists, see if anyone's around. Might have some people hop on in a little bit. Hopefully, make for a little bit more exciting conversation than just me. What up, Pat? What's going on, buddy? Come, you're not out watching Spider Man with the rest of the cool kids. Tomorrow. Oh man, it'd be. Hey Justin, yeah, it'd be awesome if they bring Chris Evans back and they do like Captain America 44 or something like that, or Captain America and the Howling Commandos. Kind of nothing to do with the crazy MCU madness that they've developed, but just gonna ride the character. I tune into that for sure. That'd actually be a really cool procedural, right? Like kind of like the A-Team, where in World War One. Oh, you could have a ton of cameos. You could have Wolverine pop in with an angry Logan. Oh, there's tons of story to tell. There's so much. So much that wasn't told, right? So I'm just looking up references of the costume. I don't think that there really is a defined costume in this. Yeah, maybe. I'll probably do the flag in digital as well. But I want a nice kind of flowing flag here. Hey, Kevin. Why have I not heard of this yet? Why have you not heard of what? So I didn't see at what point you made your comments. So um, I'm not sure which part is new to you. Oh, sorry, seeing this project because I just started it like 25 minutes ago. Um, it's um, it's a sketch cover commission. Let me adjust this brightness here, and I'm just doing the prelim sketch for it. Just slowly working my way through the commission list and trying to balance larger things with. There we go. With sketch cards, so I'm getting a little bit of the sketch card burnout. I think my eyes are just starting to fail me. How many commissions do I have on deck? Like 20 something, I think. And I stopped putting people on the waiting list. It's not really on deck, it's just a waiting list. I'm hitting them up as I'm going to get to them. But, between work and like sketch sets to do, it doesn't give me a lot of time to work on things. So that's why it takes me forever to get anything done. I think I'm still working through my MM20 waiting list. That should be almost done. Sounds like you need someone to want some larger pieces. Yeah, I have. I don't have that many larger pieces on the list. I got this one, which is gonna it's gonna be a sketch cover, so it's what, like 5x7 size, and I have one larger one coming up after that. But I'll I gotta check my waiting list and see what else is in queue. Just as I've not come across your MM 2020 Sinister sketch. See, now you're making me doubt whether I actually did one. Hold on. I do have a Sinister sketch coming in an upcoming set that I really like. Um, oh, I did. Okay, good. Um, 1 second. Just let me look them up. See if I did one. Is it this one? There's a. Yeah, I did this one. Hold on. There is also one which I've never shared because I don't know if it's ever going to see the light of day. But um, How many people are watching? 2 people. Okay, I'm gonna share something that I don't know if I'm. So there's a few. I'm gonna share quickly now. Not too many people watching. That's fine. That may never see the light of day. That might be. That's a Bianchi study. That's also a study. I can't remember the original artist's name off the top of my head, but that's well recognized. That's half of a puzzle, which Mantis. There's the full puzzle upside down. Goofy Venom. Rider. What's her name with the metal arm? And there's a Sinister here as well. Doc Ock, Storm, Palumbo, Venom, Master Study, Fancy Gambit, Thor. There's that other half. And then this Sinister Justin. I don't know if it's ever gonna see the light of day. And her, Chitara, Pantera, whatever her name is. And this one probably disappeared. This actually has gloss sparkly finish. That's why it looks so weird in the photo. But if anyone does find it physical, it's all sparkly. Namora, Morgan, Scarlet Witch, Black Widow, not Scarlet Witch, Man Thing. Yeah. So like I said, I don't know if these will ever be anywhere. I don't think I've never shared those before because I don't know if don't know if they'll ever be out. But yeah, thanks for keeping a secret, Kevin. All right, let's figure out the lighting here. So I'm lighting in from here. Thanks, Kevin. I really like that second batch there. Then maybe one day they'll surface. If I ever run out of LARP pitches to do, I have a few cap versus others I'd like you to tackle. Yeah, sure, man. I'll hit you up as soon as I have the bandwidth for it. Though I think once I'm done this batch of commissions or the current batch of commission, the sketch cards commissions, I might take a break for a few months and not do any cards for a little bit, just to recharge the batteries. We'll see. We'll see how I feel after the holidays. I did a lot of cards for sets that haven't been released yet. That I think most should be or will be hopefully very well received, which is going to make it very hard not to do sketch cards because I think a lot of people are going to want cards for those sets, but we'll see. We'll see when these sets get released, if they get released. I mean, considering like you look at sets like X-Men Metal, I I did those like right after Masterpieces, so well over a year ago, and that just got released a few months back. So what kind of bugs me about that though is that I use sketches like the sketch cards as practice to learn techniques or improve techniques or figure things out. So sketch cards that I did a year ago may use techniques or styles that I've moved past. Um, and then the cards come out and it's like, oh, well, it's not exactly what I do now. Nor is it a representation of what I do at this point. Cool, Kevin. Take care, man. Have a enjoy the rest of your evening. Go watch Spider Man. You won't regret it. So, let me grab a sharper pencil if I can find it. Where's the other black pencil? There's one. That's blue. Okay, I'm having a senior moment here. Why can't I see a black pencil? Oh, there it is. See, if I was smart, I'd put the black pencil in the black lead holder and the blue pencil in the blue one. Hold, please, while I figure out my reality here. There we go. Ah, that's better. And that's not sharp. Okay, I broke that pencil. Ugh. Screw it. I have to try the no spoiler game, see how long before someone runs a movie. Yeah, I think by Sunday, the entire nerdverse, like hardcore nerdverse, would have seen the movie, and everyone's going to be talking about it. It's good. It's really good. Um, I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's well worth seeing. Mm, my math is correct. This will be available for streaming late March. But apparently, if you're watching Hawkeye, which I'm not, I'm going to do that over the holiday break, just binge the whole thing. Hawkeye takes place after the events of Spider Man. I don't know what that means because I haven't seen Hawkeye, but I wonder if they make references to the events of Spider Man. Or they treat it like the Netflix series did, where they just call it like the New York incident. See, so I'm looking at pictures of kind of World War One Captain America, and he's got his mask looks like a plane thing. One second. Uh, yeah, I think it's like a pilot helmet, but he needs the A up here. Hey, Rich, what's going on, buddy? You have a cap tattoo? That's sick. Or ill. Or fire. I don't know what the kids say today. I always want to get a tattoo. I just never know what to do. If I would have followed my inclination when I was 20, I would have had a Batman logo on one calf and a Superman logo on the other. No, the shit is lit, yo. It's lit. It's fire. But in retrospect, I'm kind of glad I didn't get that tattoo. Um, oh, sweet. Yeah. Send it, man. I think this needs to be lower so it's not right in his rib cage. I remember I knew a guy in college and he had the Adidas logo tattooed on his calf, and I couldn't understand why anybody would do that. Made so much fun of him. It's like, are they paying you? I don't get it. And at the same time, I'm like, I'm gonna get Superman tattooed on my butt. Says some dude on Instagram that only gets food tattoos. They look pretty awesome, all cartoony, not realistic. Yeah, see, I don't know if I'd be down to getting like a Twinkie tattooed on my chest or some strawberry shortcake on my lower back. Just seems like it might give off the wrong idea. I think if you find something that has, some meaning to you, then it doesn't matter what other people think, right? It's the mature approach to it. But then sometimes I'm strolling to Instagram, and for some reason I get a lot of tattoo stuff popping up on my feed, and my inner 6-year-old kicks in, and it's like, you have a Hello Kitty on your neck. You want the character Strawberry Shortcake tattoo, don't you? Maybe. Depends on how I feel. Really, who wouldn't want Strawberry Shortcake tattooed on their lower back? He-Man's sword down your back was a cool idea. Yeah, like Wonder Woman, right? But it just that would need to go past your butt crack and maybe tattoo all the way down your nether regions. Like, let me find a piece of scrap paper here. Nope, can't draw on that. Let me look up He-Man. He-Man sword. Let me do this in something else. Without making this weird, I'm assuming that if that's what your back looks like, that's the butt crack, right? Because the He-Man sword is like a broadsword, so what I imagine is lengthwise it would need to be like down to here. Colors is black, okay. Maybe running up the neck. That's got to be a painful tattoo. Start to hilt on the neck. Yeah, exactly. But I still need to leave enough room for. Something like that. Because if it just goes to the lower back, it looks like something goofy. I mean, that's the neck, and that's the bottom of the skull. Yeah, it can't be the scale. But if you do want it to be in scale, it has to go all the way down your butt crack. Because that's got to be like a third of the sword. So 1, 2, like all the way down here. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Yeah, yeah, something like that. It's got to be long because it needs to be wide, right? Because the He-Man sword is just so wide. I mean, you can even have this go up and shave your head, and you can have this all go all the way up. Then maybe move it up a little bit. I don't know. And I think the important piece here would be, what does she look like? Right here, besides the sword, you need to do a little strawberry shortcake tattoo. Yeah, there you go. You go with the long ass sword, and it's a long sword. Then you got to tattoo it on your inner legs, and it's only gonna look good at a certain angle. And if you're wearing shorts and a shirt, and you just have like this little gray thing tattooed on your inner thigh, people are gonna think you're weird. Anyways, what's up, Sean? Back to Cap, and let's put the butt tattoos away. Block in the rest of this mask. Butt tattoos, new hobby. New hobby. The only hobby. It's the only hobby that matters, Sean. Why are you over on the YouTube, Sean? Are you avoiding the Facebook spoilers? Oh no, you've already seen Spidey. iPad, got it. Yeah. Well, nice to have you tune in for a little bit. Been missing your streams in the morning, and I know you guys are on holiday break with your weekend or your Thursday and Friday night streams. Kind of missed them. Found myself sitting at home Thursday nights watching not the shopping network, the Food Network, thinking to myself, there's got to be something better I should be watching at this time. But nope, there's nothing on. Hopefully, you guys start doing those again in the new year, assuming it makes sense. Just looks as the world is going back to the new normal. Less and less time for online stuff. I know for me, for at least. No, that's what is this? Is it 05? What's dinging here? Ding dong. The live sale versus the con sort of said otherwise last weekend. What does that mean? Was the live sale a success? Yeah, no worries, Justin. Have a good weekend. We'll catch up later. Thanks for tuning in. See, I thought the live sale went really well, Sean. Oh, wow. Yeah, but see, Sean, on that sense, let me put your comments because people can't see it. Con was half the attendance and half or less sales. I think it depends on one, the con, talking to people that do cons, because I don't know what I'm talking about. But with the online sales or the live sales, it really depends on where you're doing them. Like, I think if I were to just put some stuff up for sale right now for the 3 people that are watching, probably wouldn't be that successful. But if you go up on Clan McDonald's and they promote it and they have that nice big audience of people that like this kind of stuff, it should be more successful. You want to be where the audience is at. Right message, right time, and all that shit. Well, on that note, how do I hide this? I have a little package here that I've been sitting on for the last couple of days that one of these days I'm going to open on a live stream. Oh, look, we have a special guest. Hold on. Let me let this degenerate in. You there?
Hello.
Oh,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you very much for your patience.
Oh, you're welcome. Thanks for hopping on. I was just sitting here keeping myself entertained, chatting with Forney.
Oh, and how is Mr. Forney?
He's talking about his little package. I don't know.
There is no way for that to sound good now, is there?
No, there isn't. I have a little package here. I don't know if you can see my screen.
Let me see here. Okay. All right.
From, if you recognize the name,
Let me see here. I can't. I got this camera angle kind of funny. Go ahead and spoil it for me.
Fred Roy.
Fred Roy.
Yeah. French sci-fi artist.
Oh, well, I learned something new today.
Is doing the Marvel Unbound set that's being released one card at a time every week for 52 weeks.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah, Sean, that is the J Fivester.
Hello. 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 Hello.
Say hello to the
Hello.
people.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
What did we decide we're calling them? Your people? The
Oh, God, I can't remember that.
the F something. It wasn't the F bombers.
F Squad.
F squad, yeah. F
I
squad
like F.
represent
I really like F bombers.
the F bombers.
I really like the F bombers. Because it's kind
There,
of fitting.
make it so.
It's kind of fitting. I try to be cultured and gentlemanly, and then I say things.
So how you been?
I have been good. I got back from Comic-Con past weekend. We were at Steel City Con set up
Nice.
in Pittsburgh. It's a fun little show. When I enjoy the show, I say it's very diverse and a lot of fun, and the crowd's exciting and all kinds of neat things. When I'm not liking the show, I call it a glorified flea market.
Yeah, sorry, I just say Sean says it's better than the fornicators. Sure is.
The
Oh, I do like
fornicators.
the
No,
fornicators.
there is nothing better than the fornicators. That is sticking. There's gonna be T-shirts made. Watch your mail, Sean. They're gonna be T-shirts.
You're a
I
fornicator,
swear.
and so am I. That came up on one of their live streams a few months back.
Wouldn't you want to be a fornicator, dude?
I don't think Steph approves.
Oh,
Anyway, sorry, you're talking about the con.
who
the flea
cares
market
now?
experience.
Who cares? How in God's name can any Comic Con stack up to that? I mean, wow.
Yeah, I definitely think he should ride that all the way to.
Careful here. Careful.
Never mind. Yeah, the FBI is going to be watching his mail now. Aren't they always?
Since they know me. Extra fight. Should we put it in the water? I don't know. Oh, damn it. Let's see.
Who is that? What is that? I can see half of
This,
face in the reference.
well, it's very, it's very rough right now. But it's going to be a gambit.
Gambit. Okay.
Yeah, I had a couple of things I was working on today. None of them which I could show live because they're well, one of them is a surprise birthday present. The other one's well, a little too R-rated, and the other one is a pin project. And I think we went over before about the confidentiality of pin projects.
Of what projects?
Pins, the enamel pins.
Oh, the pins, pins. Yeah, okay, sorry. I thought you were
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
fins.
No, no, pins. They get very they like to keep them confidential until the shipments go out.
Yeah, no, I can understand.
Yeah, I mean, I do too. I completely get it. And once I actually started, learning a little bit about the pin trading world, especially these guys, it's a it gets heated. They get really competitive over their pins, and it which is good for me because it keeps the things interesting and creative.
I bet.
What have you been up to, Dre?
All work and no play.
Oh
Extreme
no,
dull boy.
no, no, no.
No, it's been. I mean, this happens every year except last year. Last year is an anomaly, but kind of few weeks leading up to Christmas,
Hmm.
everybody wakes up and they're like, "Holy shit! It's the end of the year. I have marketing budgets. It's Christmas. People are want to spend money. I need to get a campaign up. I need to update my website. I need to
Yeah.
design that." So usually gets really slow, kind of right after Halloween, and then
Yeah.
December 1st, everybody's just like, "Oh, I want to do this. I want to do this." Okay, so
Yeah.
it's just been busier work, which is
When
good.
I when I
Like I
when I
said,
worked at
last
an
year was kind of dead. So
sounds very much like when I worked at an ad agency. It was kind of the same thing. As you would get these lulls in the fall, and then suddenly everybody realized that they had holiday money, and so and so was doing a Christmas campaign, so we got to do a Christmas
yeah,
campaign.
exactly.
And it was all last minute, just as you said. That used to drive me nuts. I mean, I wouldn't mind, if we could prepare for them a little bit. And then all we could prepare for was, yeah, Christmas is going to suck. you know?
But you get those emails that are like at 5 o'clock on Thursday saying, "I want to launch this tomorrow,"
Yeah.
and it's like, no, what? Elaborate what this is. I know this is last minute. The
you,
ones
you
that I
know,
love the most is when somebody like they'll forward me an email with like details of the project or whatever,
uh,
but there's a whole email thread behind it, and you can see that it was agreed on like 3 weeks ago.
jeez.
So the last email on this, it says, "Yeah, we should do it. Send it to Andre," and it's dated like November 28th, and then December 15th, I get the email. And it's like,
Uh,
really?
I had a boss once who was he was kind of a dick, but he was honest about many things, and one of them he actually used the phrase, and he emphasized it to underline his point. He said, a lack of planning on my part definitely constitutes a crisis on your part."
Mm, yeah, and see, Sean knows what we're talking about.
Of course he
It's
does.
it's not it's not exclusive to you.
It's all about me. It's always about me.
But, yeah.
Speaking of which, man, I hate drawing Gambit's eyes.
I have a hard time with Gambit. He either looks goofy or he looks like a male model.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I just, I mean, I do a really pretty Gambit.
Well, I'm sure the girls don't mind. I
Here's
always
that
found
most
out.
creative
I always found.
collecting story.
I
So go
always
ahead.
had. No, I was going to say I only had really only success drawing Gambit when I would like do it stylized, real comic booky kind of just. Yeah. channel the inner Jim Lee, and that's kind of about your only chance. You try to do it realistically. It's
He's not a character that lends himself well to realism.
no,
Right?
not at
Since you
all.
try to do that goofy hair, right? Like he's gonna look goofy, right?
Oh, trust me, I went through many. This was one of the later ones of this stage of the project because the planning on it was not going well. And I blame myself on this because I had an option on this. I could have done a rogue or a gambit, but another guy was doing a rogue, and I did that one, and I got that one done, and I said, if you're going to be a decent artist, you got to kind of go out of your comfort zone. And I just said, I'm going to do the gambit. I need to, you need the practice. It's a good challenge. And then I tried to find decent reference for Gambit, and then I just started cussing myself.
Fucking Gambit.
So, in confidence between me, you, and your tens of millions of viewers out there, I found a
Me and
cosplay.
Courtney.
I'm trying to help, dude.
Man, everybody's out watching Spider-Man.
Uh-huh. So, how many spoilers did you get this week?
Oh, I've read them all. I've seen it. So,
Oh, okay.
um,
I'm probably going to break down and go see it. It's tough. You were talking about working this time of year. Michelle, of course, her schedule is just insane right now, and the only day off that she has between like now and New Year's is Christmas.
oh,
So we were going to. I started thinking, I was like, well, that wouldn't be so bad because we, honest to God, we're doing like the crazy. I jokingly call it Jewish Christmas because with both of our kids out of the house and not a lot of family around, we kind of got in the habit of on Christmas Day going to go see a movie and getting some Chinese food.
that's my Christmas Eve, man.
It's wonderful. It is.
I
It is
just
an
pick up Chinese food on the way from home from work and watch Die Hard or Lord of the Rings. Fall
Yeah.
asleep at 10 and call it a night.
Yeah, and we start finding out as the Christmas selection of movies is usually pretty decent. So we'd go out to the one plaza there, and there's a really good hibachi place there, and we would go get hibachi and then go see a movie, and it was just a wonderful way of spending the holiday. But this year, my daughter is actually going to be in town, and my mom is planning a kind of I would say get together, just she wants us all kind of there. So the hibachi movie plan kind of evaporated,
Mm.
and I've been kind of hinting that hey, let's go see Spider-Man. That hasn't been doing well, so I might just have to run off and do it.
But Shawnee brings up a good point. It's awesome when Obi-Wan shows up. Because you won't be able to avoid the spoilers. There's a lot of fake spoilers out there.
Oh, I've been making up a few myself.
No, but from seemingly legitimate sources where they're talking
Oh.
about the plot, and you're like, no, that no, that never happened. No.
I'm all right. I've been ignoring anything I see posted about it, avoiding temptation on most of them. The closest I got to being tempted was somebody was on YouTube was posting a whole breakdown of the after credits scenes, and I thought, that would be cool. Then I wouldn't have to sit there in the movie theater. And I thought, no, Jay, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't fall for it.
Yeah, depending on how they tell the story, how they recap the end credit scene, it might not actually spoil anything.
Yeah.
There's two.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, there are two.
Uh,
One of them, I guess, is pretty lengthy.
Yeah. But it's not like it just hints at stuff, right? That's blue.
Well, I guess I will ask this though. After credit scenes, or even in the movie itself, is it pushing forward with the next phase kind of thing? Is it the stuff
Yes.
that we're okay? So we're definitely gonna be moving forward with the MCU.
I'm sorry. Was there doubt that they're gonna make more MCU movies?
No, no, that's not what I meant. I
Oh,
just
so what
kind
do you
of
mean?
no. Like, I mean, I'm things like the Fantastic Four and X Men and things like that. Is, the real exciting stuff, Galactus. All these kind of crazy things that they're hinting at. And I'm not
Yeah,
asking for
it's
specifics,
not.
but it's like in that direction. It's not just going to be rehashing the crap that we've seen in the TV shows.
Well, no. Well, it's kind of hard to tell, right? Because one of
That's right.
them really hints at something, but okay, is this really going to happen?
Uh,
And then the other one, it's okay, it's coming. It's
yeah.
not like a big secret. So, um,
I'm just going to stop there because I really do want to see this thing.
yeah, I
Regardless
mean,
of
listen,
what's going to happen.
if you're not sure, go see West Side Story instead.
Yeah, yeah.
Call that Plan B. Maybe
I think so.
Encanto.
Actually, my daughter has been telling me she hasn't gone to see it yet, but she's been studying the reviews and everything. She likes musicals, and she's saying that a lot of the buzz on West Side Story is actually really good.
Oh yeah, it's getting tons of award nominations, and I would never pay to see it in theater
Yeah.
because I can't sit through a musical, but I'll probably watch it when it's available at something. I mean, who's that? That's Disney, I believe.
Yeah, I don't know. Musicals are kind of weird with me. I tend to avoid them, but I'll acknowledge that at the very least they're damned entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, did you watch The Greatest Showman?
I did not see that.
Okay.
But I will break actually, what I was having to work on something here. That's why I was missing you tonight, and which kind of pushed dinner back. And with the blood sugar, I kind of had to schedule. This is kind of why I was blowing you off tonight. I had to actually get something in me tonight, food wise, or I was going to freaking lose it. And I was just saying, well, let's just put something on streaming real quick while I'm eating, and then I'll keep an eye on the clock. And it was getting kind of dangerous because what I found was Singing in the Rain was on HBO Max.
Okay.
And it was one of those movies that you just kind of blow by it. You go, yeah, who cares? And I got to thinking about it. It's like, Gene Kelly, Danny Kaye, 1952. Everybody knows every song in this thing. And I thought, I remember hearing good things about this. So, I thought, well, let's see, how much. Let's do an endurance test. Let's see how much Jay can stand with the musical.
At what point you're like, enough.
Yeah, exactly. I figured, this is gonna be like, like Alex in Clockwork Orange, with the with the eye openers on and everything,
Yeah.
and you sit there screaming, "Stop it!" But no, I actually started getting pulled into it, and really kind of digging it, and just going, wow, it's kind of funny that we mock musicals so much nowadays, but the truth is they were the shit back in the days, and there had to be a reason for that, and that's kind of what I was looking at tonight. Was like, they're just damned entertaining. I mean, it might not be for everybody. It might not. You may not be a huge fan of musicals, and that's perfectly fine. There are people that are, not to worry about that. But it is kind of funny that if you do get pulled into having to watch a movie, compared to something like a rom-com or a torture porn horror film or something like that, I don't know, whatever, just kind of goes against.
That just went like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, I went for
weird choice there.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of what I don't dig, and many of my friends do. I mean, you know what it's like in the creative market. You know lots of people that like musicals.
Oh yeah.
And at the same time, is like lots of people that like horror movies. You're like, well, I dig horror movies. And they're like, okay, cool. Let's watch the new Walking Dead. Let's watch Hostel. No. Let's watch Human Centipede. No.
Okay. not a horror movie.
Yeah, which is
Also,
why
not family friendly.
not in the least.
If you
No.
liked A Bug's Life, uh, don't
Yeah,
watch A Human Centipede.
this is not it.
Yeah, definitely not what you think it's going to be.
Yeah. And and even though the phrase is brutal, it is very fitting when I said torture porn, because literally that's what it is.
Yeah,
I mean, technically it's a horror film because by definition that's horror. But oh Lord, no. This
yeah.
isn't Dracula. This isn't Friday the 13th or Halloween.
But there's so many subgenres of horror, right?
Yeah. Oh God, yeah.
Like slasher, monster, scary children.
Cosmic now. That's they're making a lot of those anymore now.
Cosmic is like
Lovecraft.
oh yeah, zombie. What's
Oh, yeah.
the Zomcoms, which had a little bit of a, and for a little bit they were really popular, like Shaun of the Dead and
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that
Warm
what you were
Bodies.
going with? Yeah.
But oh, have you seen? What the hell is it called now? Dale and Tucker versus Evil.
I love Dale and Tucker versus Evil. I love that movie.
What a fantastic film! And it's like I don't know, like would you categorize that as horror?
Horror comedy. And yeah, I mean, by definition, I think, horror is literally horror. It's, revulsion and fear. And I mean, it's not just spookiness or creepiness. It's,
Yeah,
you're looking at things that are horrible. And if anybody's on there, I'm worried about spoiling that movie. I'm sorry, but a guy runs into a wood chipper in that movie, and you
these
really
damn
do
kids
see
are
it.
here to suicide pact.
Yeah, you really see this.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh Lord, the story and the way it unfolds. Oh Lord.
Yeah, it's genius.
If you like her, man, stand there and laugh. That way she knows you have a sense of humor.
It's just what a gem of a film.
Oh, I know.
And I don't think that movie ever got its proper praise because it kind of got buried and wasn't a very big box office success.
Well, because of Netflix, it did kind of become a cult hit. And this I do know. And I guess there was talk about them making a sequel. And I had heard that was in development. They were going to try to do a sequel to that movie. And then it just, you never heard anything else about it. So I don't know if they just, bailed on it or what.
Well, what's his name? Did Resident Alien, and that again a sleeper hit. They got really popular. Season 2's coming out now.
Yeah. Well, he's also in Doom Patrol. He's in he's in everything. Alan.
See, I didn't get
Alan.
into Doom Patrol. I watched, I think, the first episode, but that's about it.
Hey, I'm not going to fault you. I tried to.
Hey, Pat. Pat's back.
Hey, Pat. It's Pat. Whoops.
And he's gone.
We go fight.
All right. Sean's out.
Seriously, did he get scared away? Oh no.
No, he said gotta run. He's done. He's finished his coloring and he's gonna go. I think he was just listening to us while he was working.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe I'll give Doom Patrol more of a chance. I did the same thing with Umbrella Academy.
Yeah.
Like I watched the first episode when it first came out. I was like, what the fuck am I watching? Right?
Yeah.
And turned it off. And then when the last season finished, I was working on some card set. And usually what I do, I'll just download some random shit on my phone.
Right.
And put on headphones and work on it at home and just have that in the background just kind of just listening to it, just so I don't listen to the dogs barking or the dishwasher.
Right.
And I found myself just getting sucked into it and just kept on watching. I'm like, this is actually really good.
Yeah, it'll hook you, but and I have not seen season 2 yet, but I've been hearing that it
It's
was pretty good.
better than the first season.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what Aaron was telling me.
yeah, it's significantly better. Just so much more story, and
And
hopefully there's more.
Doom Patrol for again, I kept seeing clips to it, and it got me intrigued, and everybody was talking about it, and I started watching it, and it was like the first couple of episodes I thought were really good, but the problem was I was like realized I'd only like seen 2 episodes, and I thought I'd seen like the first season.
Oh,
I went, oh, that's not good. Yeah.
that happened to me with Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's like, wow, this is heavy lifting. This is a bit much. And I couldn't find a legitimate reason to criticize it. I kept thinking, this is a well-made show. Everything about it's really well. The effects are great, the acting's great, the writing's decent. Everything's kind of got it going for it. But the problem was, is I would put this on, and then the next thing I know, I'm like, 15 minutes in, I'm surfing Facebook. Half an hour in, I'm making lunch. Then I'm
It's
doing
not
laundry.
going well.
Yeah, then I'm doing laundry, and I'm like, oh shit, the TV's on. It just, there's something about it that just does not hold my interest, and I don't know. I can't isolate it, but I just kind of got to the point where, and I kept going back, going, let's give it I don't know, we'll just try again. We'll keep trying, and it just kept happening. And I went, no, this isn't working. This
Not for me.
just isn't for me. I'm just going to move on. I mean, and then you compare it to, as I say, I'm 35 minutes into Singing in the Rain, and I'm like, oh my god, I love this movie. Like, oh, this is telling me something here, and then, and it's
Maybe you've
not
hit a
that.
certain stage in your life.
Yeah, and I'm thinking this isn't a change in lifestyle either. This is just, there's just something not working here with with Doom Patrol.
But it's like Titans.
I
Right?
have
Like,
not seen that yet. I have not watched that yet.
I watched the first season. I was like, okay, this is kind of interesting, but that was it, right? It never hooked me.
Yeah,
Like, okay, they're kind of being violent and a little bit grungy with Robin and all the characters and whatever. I was like, okay, this is different, but it didn't really hook me. And then season 2 came on, I never tuned back in, and you know, I don't feel bad about it.
yeah.
I know
Go
Rodney's a big fan.
Well, I'm just not a big TV show guy. I think it gets to a point where, I'm just like, okay, I want to be done. I enjoy it. This is fine. Stop now.
Pack it up.
Okay, we're done. Need to move on. And that's just, I don't know. I think that's my videographic mentality. Yeah, it's just like, I don't have that big of an attention span, guys. I really can't keep going back and going, oh, what's happening now?
Well, did you try to watch Cowboy Bebop?
I did. I did.
Yeah, it turned that right off.
Yeah. Well, I made it through first episode, and I didn't hate it. But yeah, I could see that going the same way. Because it was
That
like,
got canned, but
okay,
they're
but
not.
I mean, it was kind of the same vibe again too. It was like, it's pretty, it's fun, but dude, there's only so much of it you can handle, and you're just kind of like, yeah, I want to move on now. It's the same thing over and over again. Like, oh look, he's fighting now, he's smoking now, he's fighting again. And there's a girl, and she's smoking now, she's fighting, and it's like, ooh, pretty heavy metal background. It's like stop. This is going nowhere.
Yeah, it just didn't bite.
Yeah.
I can say the same thing about the Mandalorian, but then you might stab me.
Well, maybe people want to stab me too, because after season 1, I started feeling that way.
See, and I'll say this about the Mandalorian: production value unreal. That whole show, and I watched all the episodes. That whole show is visually stunning,
Yeah.
right? Um, but as a moderate Star Wars fan, right? Like I've watched the movies and I sort of understand what's going on, but I can't name the planets or tell you the names of the generals or stuff like that, right? I'm
Right.
watching this and I'm like, I have no idea what the point of this is. Like when they're going to this planet or that planet, and I'm sure it means something to someone that knows the franchise. But I'm
Yeah.
watching like, I don't know. Why is there two suns? What's wrong with his
Yeah.
helmet?
I started
Right?
getting I started getting confused in season one too, where they were going back and forth between these two planets that were kind of the same. And then I started realizing it's like, no, 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 this one's different. It's got scrub brush and mud,
Yeah.
while that one is just pure desert. Like, how the hell do you know?
We gotta
And
understand what's happening. And
yeah,
like the
yeah,
significance of Rosario Dawson's character.
yeah,
Right? I'm like,
yeah,
okay, she looked great and it was cool and lightsabers and all that shit, but I'm like, I don't understand. And it's because I don't said I'm not tied to the franchise as much as the fans are. And I imagine I think I was telling Forney this. I'm like, I'm watching this and I'm thinking to myself, this is what Pam must feel like when we're watching like a Marvel movie.
yeah,
And she's like, why are you so excited that Iron Man has a red suit now?
yeah.
Right? Like, because that's the suit, man. Like that's like it's like I don't get it. Why
Yeah,
is
like,
Robert Downey Jr. an alcoholic again? Right? Like,
yeah. Well, it was like, like 50% of the audience after the Avengers movie, jumped up and screamed, "Oh my God, Thanos!" While
yeah.
the other
And then
half of the movie theater was looking at them like, "What are you talking about?"
what's with the purple guy? All right.
Yeah, who is Thanos, and why are you jumping up and down right now? Yeah, it is that. It is just total fan service. But I started realizing that with the Mandalorian as well. I mean, at least it was entertaining, and that does kind of come back to it. But yeah, I'm just gonna I'm gonna sympathize with you on this one, and at great risk that the more it went on, the more it was kind of hard to just immerse yourself into it and really enjoy it. It started feeling like you were suckered in, but then you started realizing it's like, no, 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 this is for the hardcore fans. This isn't for you.
Yeah, it's purely for the hardcore fans, 100%.
Yeah, yeah, and the last three movies were, which that's what I had a real hard time with. They were pretty, they were well performed. I mean, there was all kinds of cool stuff going on,
Yeah,
but unless you lived for Star Wars, you really couldn't get into it. You were just kind of going, wait a minute, that's a casino. Why is there a casino here? And your Star Wars friends are all jumping up and down, going, "Oh my God, that's so and so, so and so, so and so," and this explains this, and like, no,
yeah,
it's I'm gonna it's effing Buck Rogers, man, that TV show where they had a casino in space. I mean, that's what that is.
but $1 billion later,
Yeah, yeah,
enough people go see it. But going back to
yeah,
the Mandalorian, now that spoiler alert,
sure.
the little baby Yoda goes away with
Uh-huh.
someone else.
And
But
that someone else's Luke Skywalker. Deal with it, people, if you haven't seen it.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I didn't know if you had seen it. Yeah, so Luke Skywalker comes and takes baby Yoda away, and it's like, okay, well, what are you gonna do with this story now? Because baby
Yeah,
Yoda or the child or the one or whatever his real Goku, whatever his name is,
yeah,
he's he was the key to that story.
yeah. He was the MacGuffin.
That he's gone, like I kind of want to watch a show about baby Yoda, but then I don't.
Yeah. Well, he was entertaining. It was a
He's
great
cute.
character. He was cute as hell.
Yeah.
But then you start realizing, then the announcement started being made. It was like, okay, now the Mandalorian is done, but they're going to work on another season. But first, we're going to do a Boba Fett show, and then we're going to do a rain.
Ahsoka.
Yeah, they're going to do an Ahsoka show, and they're going to do all these other shows, and spinning off of the Mandalorian. And I'm done. I'm like, no, I paid my ticket. I'm good. I'm done.
So glad Sean left because he'd get upset.
Nah,
He'd get triggered.
yeah, he'd respond. But yeah, I don't know. I feel Teflon when it comes to this kind of stuff because we all have our fandoms, and that's fine. I mean, I know you're a big Marvel guy. There's big DC guys, and and it's no secret to people who know me. I'm a big Godzilla guy. I love that crap.
Yep.
But as I say, I'm Teflon because if anybody like jumps in and starts like making fun of Godzilla, I'm going to go, yeah, it's. I was there too. I'm watching them. Believe me.
I'm well aware of what it is, right?
Dude, he danced an Irish jig in a movie. Okay. A 400-foot radioactive reptile danced an Irish jig on an alien planet. And I was expected to take that seriously.
I saw some good this Godzilla thing, Godzilla versus Power Rangers. Did you post that?
I didn't post that, but it
Was
came
that-
out. It was a comic, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah, somebody did a
what?
yeah. Yeah, well, they Godzilla in the comics has been notorious for this kind of stuff. They've been having a lot of fun just throwing him up against anything, and just writing these stories. I don't know if it's if that's Dark Horse or who was doing that one, but yeah, it was, I guess, and strangely enough, a little known thing in the comics. Or maybe I'm completely wrong and it's coming up. I freaking don't know. But that's what it is. It's comics. It's not anything else.
Well, because Power Rangers, that's part of the Saban licensing thing. So I don't know who.
Well, in this country it is, but it was originally a Japanese show. Actually, it was like 3 of them, I guess. Saban had taken, I guess they were like taking like 3 Japanese action shows and splicing them together and then shooting new footage and all that kind of stuff on top of it. But yeah, it was like it was a separate Japanese show.
Yeah, it was, to your point, more than one show that they licensed. I mean, I saw was it the Toys That Made Us or whatever, where kind of talking how we licensed the whole thing.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. There, I was going to say, where did I know about this one? It's like, oh, that's right. It was from Toys That Made Us. It did a big thing about it.
But he owns some rights to it globally. I don't know if it's the merchandising licensing or one of the licensing of his. So, anyways, not that it matters.
He's got a good lawyer. That's kind of what it comes down to. Well, from what I remember, the Japanese are pretty, I wouldn't say generous, but they're pretty agreeable towards, I guess, their licensing.
Well, unless you're Hello Kitty.
Yeah.
Well, actually, even Hello Kitty, because they'll license to anyone.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying
they're
to say.
Holding on to the core ownership of the IP, but you want to make Hello Kitty fornicator T-shirts, you just got to pay the license.
Yeah, and really that's kind of what it comes down to with just about anything they do, and including Godzilla. Toho has the licensing on it; they have the rights to it. But it's like every so many years when they're like, "Yeah, we're not making enough money on the movies ourselves; we'll just license it out to the Americans again," and they're fine with that. But then it turns around. If you step on Toho's feet about that, they will come at you.
They'll come stomping.
I have heard they're pretty vicious, like almost worse than Disney. And I think Toho owns Hello Kitty too.
Oh, all right.
I think they do. I think because I know it's like there's a weird connection there with Hello Kitty and something, and I really thought might be like Godzilla, and what else was like Ultraman? They own that too, and
Yeah. And I mean, the other kind of empire there is the Pokemon one, and
yes,
that's a crazy
yes.
fun, like that's a crazy licensing too, because they're very protective of their IP. I mean, understandably, right?
Oh hell yeah! And you know, there's nothing wrong with that. I mean,
No.
if you created a property like that, yeah, you'd be on it. And you know, think about it this way: it's like, you know, say you're into, you know, you come up with this idea for a story. You know, you pencil a few pages, you make a book out of it, you get it independently published. It kind of does okay, and then suddenly, you know, some guy in a foreign country comes along and says, "Hey, I will write a check with a lot of zeros on it, so I can take this back to my country and tinker with it a little bit, and then do some merchandising." You know, you get so much for this, and you
Mhm.
still get the basic rights to it, but I get to kind of do whatever I want as long as I'm paying you to do it.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, hell yeah.
Oh yeah. Speaking of which, and I won't say it here because someone's going to steal my idea. I wrote the best horror movie the other day in like 14 seconds,
Nice.
and I need to find someone at Netflix or Amazon that I can talk to and see how that whole process works, because it's genius, I tell you.
Why don't you do a graphic novel on it?
It, it's I don't know if a graphic novel would be able to portray it the way a movie would.
Well, of course, I'm not gonna pry into, you know, what it is at this point, but yeah, I guess it kind of depends on the subject matter. But I've seen, yeah, too. I mean, graphic novels can be pretty pretty wide spectrum there, man.
Yeah, it's just the way I'm envisioning it. Audio, the soundtrack and the atmosphere is key to the plot twist of this specific horror genre. And I don't know how you could do that in pictures.
Well, you're in Toronto, right?
Yes, sir.
That's a hell of a film industry up there.
I know.
Wouldn't there be? And plus, I know you work in that business too. Wouldn't
Yeah,
isn't
no,
there?
well, that's what I'm saying. I just need to figure out who I need to talk to at Netflix
y-
or Amazon that would be able to tell me how to
Well,
go about.
or I don't know. This is just strictly me here. What I think it always works better if you have something to present to them. You know, I understand it's like, you know, nowadays it doesn't hold up and everybody pitches everything and then these guys come in and fund everything and gets made. But you know, old school me is thinking, what if, you know, you could find an indie filmmaker or somebody that can do the stuff that, you know, you're not ready to jump in with right now, even if it's a financer or something, and get the thing made yourself, and kind of then pitch it and market it. And that way you can kind of take it to them and go, you know, hey, this is my story, this is my idea, take a look at it, and you know, show them a couple minutes. Of course, you know, have your ass covered legally,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
so nobody can rip it off. But yeah, then just take it around and shop it and see what happens. And you know, I know that's happened in a couple of cases with those things where, you know, you've seen bidding wars going on, or better yet, you know, I've heard of stories of, like, you know, Netflix passed on something, Amazon passes on something, Hulu picks it up, and makes a fortune because
Well,
everybody's doing their own stuff right now. Apple Plus is doing it.
oh yeah, yeah. And what I was saying is, I just don't know what the process is and what to present. So that's what I'm
Uh,
saying. Like, I need to talk to the people I know that can tell me,
sure. No,
like
I'm with you.
I don't know what the hell. Like, I don't know how to get a movie or a show or a miniseries or whatever made.
Yeah.
But like, what's the process? Short of
No,
making the film, getting it financed, and then try to get into film festivals and stuff like that, which is not really something I want to do.
right.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Hey, Warner's in the house, prepping for
There
birthday party and cleaning the house before my folks come into town. Good times, good times.
you go.
And I have another idea for a Crow story. I don't know if I was talking to you about it.
The
That I just
Crow.
need to. The Crow,
Okay.
which I wrote when I was in high school. I need to find my notes. But it's
No, no, I got like actually super excited because I honest to God thought you said Krull. Like, oh my God! First off, somebody else has seen that movie. Second, you're going to adapt it to something. That's great.
Crawl. Is that the alligator one?
No, no, that's Krull. Krull, Krull. Early '80s
K
fantasy.
R U L L.
Yeah, who's got
Oh
it?
yeah, yeah, with that star blade thingy.
Yeah, the spinning
Yeah, 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 yeah,
shuriken thing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That I remember this.
That is a trippy little freaking movie.
Jeez, Liam Neeson isn't that?
I'm sorry?
Liam Neeson is in that.
Yes, he is.
Ken Marshall. Oh,
It was it had high expectations. It was like there's a big budget dumped into it and everything, and it just completely bombed.
yeah. It's looking. I'm googling. It's got 32% on Rotten Tomatoes, but it's 6.1 out of 10 on IMDb.
It was it's on one of the streaming services, and I rewatched it, and it's one of those. It kind of holds up better, just because it's so weird. It is, you know, it's extremely surreal. I mean, just about the entire thing is shot in like sweeping landscapes, very much like Lord of the Rings, and then it cuts into these elaborate movie sets.
Because this is. I mean, this is at the time when He-Man and there was a bunch of movies. Kind of the space um, knights, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think what it was at the time there was Star Wars. There was Star Wars fatigue setting in. When Star Wars came along, everybody started doing like these space operas,
Yeah.
and the studios were just clamoring for what's next, what's going to be the next big thing, so we can jump on it ahead of time. And for some crazy reason, they got it into their heads it was going to be Dungeons and Dragons. So, like for like 81 to 84 was this plague of these crazy fantasy films. Whether they were straight up knights and dragons, or if it was crap like Krull, which was, oh no, this is a different planet, and yet, we're going to do knights and dragons, but they're space dragons.
Yeah, I mean, there's another franchise that just they can't seem to get right. Though there's supposed to be a new Dungeons and Dragons coming up.
Oh no!
I think Paramount's doing it, like one of the big studios.
Oh jeez.
But nothing in that realm was really successful. Like
No.
Dragonheart, there's another one similar. All right, Warner.
Yeah.
See you later.
Oh, see you, Josh.
Happy birthday to the offspring.
Hey, Kaylee's birthday. Nice. Happy birthday, Kaylee. And what was the one? I actually really liked it. Dragon Slayer.
Dragon Slayer. Which one's that?
I think Disney made that one. It was. I'm trying to remember any of the actors that were in it.
Peter McNichol, Ralph.
Yes, that's he was the hero in it.
Did Frazetta do the poster on this one?
Dragon Slayer?
Yeah, no, it didn't. But it is very Frazetta-ish. Dragon Slayer.
Perhaps you're looking at was it Fire and Ice?
No, I know he did that. I'm just trying to
Okay.
see who did the poster for this. J.C. Richard?
I don't know.
Yeah, J.C. Richard.
Should I know that name?
in a second. Is this the one that I'm thinking of? Because there were two main posters. Remember, this just had a really cool one. Actually, they were both really cool. But
I remember the one for Dragon Slayer had a. It was like very kind of centrific, and there was a. It was like him in the middle, like holding up that spear thing.
yeah, and this is why I thought it was for Zeta. But I don't know if you can see my screen.
Oh,
Let me share my screen. One
Peeking
sec.
up here. I see Cap still.
Yeah, 1 second. Screen share. Chrome 10.
Oh, that's right. It's a little bit of a delay.
So there's this one,
Yeah, that's the one I
right,
remember.
which is the one you're talking about. But then
Yeah.
there's also this one. For some reason, is on somebody's
Try to get up.
server.
I try to get up and get a good look without bumping this thing. Oh my! I have never seen that one.
That is cool.
That almost looks like Hildebrandt.
It's not, and I think that's the one that's trying to figure out who's. I mean, if it's Hildebrandt, you think that you'd see their signature there, but
Well,
I don't
unless
know.
they cropped
That's
it.
just
Unless they cropped it.
oh
Which-
yeah, it's possible.
But I mean, I don't know. If I would guess anything, I mean, it could be anybody, you know. But if I had to take a guess, it was like, oh yeah, well they used a big fantasy artist to do this. I'd be like, yeah, that looks like Greg Hildebrandt, dude, you know.
Yeah,
Especially with the light,
yeah.
the light and the color and everything. I mean, that's kind of his signature. I mean, he's one of the best color managers in fantasy art.
Yeah, I mean it does have that look, but I don't think it's them. Anyways, doesn't matter. Just remember this was a really
No.
cool poster.
Yeah, it
And
is.
there was another
extreme-
one. Oh, and this might actually be the Hildebrandts. The sorted there's like a
Sword-
King Arthur thing.
Excalibur.
Excalibur. Oh, that was
I love that poster. I know what you're talking about. I actually have the
this one.
Blu-ray of that. Yeah, I have that Blu-ray of that movie. Oh, wait a minute.
no, that's not it.
Nah,
one.
that's the one. Yeah, I have. That's the cover on the Blu-ray that I have, where you got the Mordred armor and lots of lens flare.
Yeah, I don't know who did this, but this is just really cool.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Yeah.
There's a great flashback movie too.
I like maybe it's me getting old, but I'm just kind of really starting to appreciate the old sci-fi art, which I never really.
Oh,
It's not
man.
like I didn't appreciate it. Well, I didn't appreciate it. I was just like, okay, whatever, dragons and swords and stuff. But I'm looking at
Okay.
it now, like there's so much to it, and I think part of it has to do with just that I'm getting digital fatigue.
Gotcha.
Right, like you see these posters and like, yeah, you can see the airbrush or the digital airbrush or whatever it is, and they all sort of look the same. And then when you look at these posters from the 70s and 80s, these painted ones, and like you can see the brush strokes and where the mistakes were made or where the art director made a move something because they're still kind of ghosting from an old figure or something like that, and like really
Right.
start appreciating it. I mean, they still do some modern posters are really cool, like the Glass movie poster that Alex Ross did, or the
Yeah.
Deadpool posters, or the painted ones. So they're digital. The Alien had a really cool black and white. To remember which Alien movie.
I think it was Covenant. The one was like all
It was
these
a Cov-
alien- they were like squirming around. It was like a whole.
Yeah, it was
yeah,
very Geiger or Giger-ish,
Giger-ish, yeah, Giger-esque.
Giger-esque, and it's just really, really cool.
Yeah, that was Covenant, I do believe. Yeah, there was yeah. Well, you ever follow Drew Struzan?
Oh yeah,
He Well, what's great is well, he hasn't posted in a while, but he for a while was like digging up his preliminaries and a lot of his behind the scenes stuff on some pretty famous movies that he was working on. And dear Lord, was that entertaining, and getting to see his studio and some of the pieces that he worked on, because he was the Hollywood guy for a while.
Oh yeah, right. He's he's he is the poster guy.
He is the poster guy. Well, there was one of those famous documentaries like they had on Netflix where they were doing behind the scenes or like interviews and documentaries on certain artists, filmmakers, whatever, and they had one on him, and lots of interviews and such, and sort of exploring his ventures in doing fine art. He actually wanted to be a gallery artist there for a while after he went, everything was going digital.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of supplemented things and said, well, okay, this is a good time to kind of retire, and figured, I'll just start selling some, do the kind of stuff I want to do. And, they kind of realized that the gallery scene wasn't for him. But lots of cool stuff and things that, little bits of trivia about his work that, made it really cool. Like he had 2 days to do the Thing poster.
And he hadn't seen the movie, right?
Yeah, he hadn't seen the movie. You know the story of that.
Yeah, I saw that on a YouTube video or something where it's talking about. I was like, I have no idea what it is, and then that creature doesn't really exist in the movie.
No,
right?
He had no idea, and they were like flat out like, "Oh, we can't tell you what it is. We can't tell you anything about it. It's kind of a remake of the '50s movie, but it has nothing to do with the '50s movie."
Yeah, so I was like, okay, well, here, let me design a character. Let me design a poster.
Yeah. And he just came up with I don't know what it is, so that's what's going to the theme of the painting is going to be. and literally, how ironic that that's what worked.
And it's an iconic poster. I mean,
Hell
maybe,
yeah.
I mean, it's just maybe part of it is because it has nothing to do with the movie.
but yet everything to do with the movie. That's the funny thing about it is like, when you see the movie, you don't even argue. It's like, what the hell was that poster then? Like, no, you're like, oh, now I understand what's with the poster. It's like, no, you don't, but you think you do. Or what was it? The Big Trouble in Little China poster, where he modeled for Jack Burton.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he put on a tank top and had his kid take pictures of him in the driveway, holding up like a toy gun. And that was the reference for Jack Burton.
And is it just because there's no art available?
Well, there was nothing. It was like I guess they only had a couple of photos of Kurt Russell, and I mean, you know what it's like when you're wanting to put something together, and it's like, yeah, it'd be great if there was reference, but there ain't any. So what are you gonna do?
Oh, yeah, one second, let me put on a tank top.
Yeah. But yeah, that story there was like, shit, Drew was in shape. Damn. Don't mess with that boy. What the hell? Dude, 84, you were jacked.
So, yeah, I'm gonna need to wrap it up.
That's fine, man. That's fine. Actually, thank you very much. I mean, just sitting there bullshitting with you. I'm looking at this going, yeah, I think I made more progress on this than I thought I was going to tonight.
I think I was talking about this before, where I just find streaming helps focus, and I get a lot more done, whether anyone's watching or not. I mean, it's great not to talk to yourself, but
I used to work a lot. I'd be talking to Warner on the phone. And if he's still on, forgive me for saying this, dude, the guy can go on talking for a long time.
Yeah, he's not here.
Okay. But yeah, I love Josh dearly, but yeah, he will talk on the phone. And I started realizing it was like, yeah, start working on shit while you're talking to them. You know, because I had to be doing something to get on the phone. Like, Josh, I need to work on this. And you keep going, you keep going, you keep going. And like, I really need to get this done. So I started getting in the habit of, as soon as you would call, I would get like something together and throw it on the drawing table. And I would like have him on speaker or you know, or have the phone where I could work on it and talk to him at the same time. And I started realizing it's like I was burning through artwork. I mean, it was crazy. And I think it's, I don't know what it is, but like if you're talking to somebody, you just kind of get in the zone. And I mean, I don't want to get weird or nothing, but I've heard people say is like when you're doing art, it's like it becomes almost automatic anyway. It's like you're you know, part of your brain just like kicks back and starts taking over, and
Well,
there's really not much conscious thought going on at all.
well, I think what it is, for me, anyways, I don't do silence. I can't. Like
I can't.
my
Yeah, I'm
mind
with you.
starts wandering, and I can't focus on anything. So maybe it's a little bit of ADD or whatever, but I can't. And I know sometimes when well, not now because it's all virtual and I don't turn on my webcam. Like I'll go sit in conference meetings and stuff, and I can't just sit there and stare at the person talking. I'll need to do something else, whether I'm just doodling something or
Mhm.
you know fidgeting with the coffee mug or something. But it's not that I'm not listening. It's that I need to split my attention to two things in order to be able to focus on one of them. And
Because
it's weird.
it'll force itself if you don't, right? Let me guess, because that's what happens to me if I have to focus on something like that in a meeting or whatever. I will start daydreaming like crazy.
I
I'll
can't.
start
Yeah, I
like
can't do it.
I will start focusing on everything in the room but what I should be.
Yeah.
And if I can get like a notepad in there where I can just start doodling crap, I'll remember everything the guy said.
I'm the same way. And I remember this one client, the first couple of times we'd sit in meetings, and then the VP kind of gave me a look the first time. And then the second time, he's like, really need you to be paying attention. And I was like, oh, dude, I am totally paying attention. It just, this is the way I pay attention. And he's
Yeah.
like, I don't get it. I'm like, I can't not do something else because then I'm not paying attention. If I'm sitting here staring at you,
Mhm.
I'm not paying attention.
Well, it's the
If
same
I'm
thing with,
doodling, I am paying attention. And the way you know I'm paying attention is that I will be the one that's going to interrupt you and say, like, no, you can't do that.
when you talked about how you don't do silence. The thing that came to mind right away was every time I'm working on something, I will either try to put on a movie or something else and just have it going in the background. And preferably it would be like something I've seen a million times, so it won't pull my attention away. So like Godzilla movies, Star Wars, that kind of stuff, of course, Alien, anything that I've seen like a ton of times. And I just will put it on and like let it stream in the background and just work on crap. Or YouTube videos work really well. And it's been like that. It's like I just need some kind of droning thing to go on to just sort of eat half my attention, or I can't work.
Well, I think it was you that was making fun of me when I said just listen to EDM. I go on YouTube and find EDM playlists around like 5 hours.
That wasn't me
And-
making fun of it, because I would do the same thing.
Yeah, I do that a lot. And it's just, the music's shit. Don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not
Oh no, I'm with you.
going
I'm
home
with
and
you
being
too.
like, oh man, I'm going to listen to best vocal hits of Ibiza, right? No, I don't listen to that. But if I want to focus, I'll put that on, put on headphones, and they're generally good beats. They're not too obscene. The lyrics are garbage, so you don't have to and listen to an interesting story. And it just keeps you on your toes enough. What do I do with my pencil?
I torture Michelle a lot of times if she has to put up with it. But one of my favorite things to put on is on XM radio. They have this station called Chill, which is all like electronic and down tempo stuff, and it is just utterly mindless. It is just literally mood music with a and some singer just going like
Yeah.
and it's just terribly stupid shit. But I have discovered two things I love about it. One, drawing to it, and two, driving to it. I've never gotten lost listening to it. You there? Or did I lose you?
Yeah. No, sorry. Just gonna.
That's all right. That's all right. No, anyway, I was just saying is like I get what you're saying. Like I would not make fun of you and EDM because I'm like, I get it. I truly get it. But yeah, you put something on where you actually have to think. No.
Yeah. No.
No.
I don't want to think about it. I just want to not think about other stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What is that Audio Slave song? It doesn't remind me of anything.
Okay, I gotta wrap it up. I gotta go home.
All right, Jay. Thanks a lot,
Cool.
man.
Oh, thanks so much. Always a pleasure. If anyone's still watching, but I don't think anyone is.
Hey, don't care. We had fun without you. You missed out. Oh,
All
Hulk
right.
looks nice. Hulk looks real nice, man.
Thanks. I totally fucked this one up, so I need to.
You'll pull it out, man. I love the
Yeah,
work
I'm
you've been
gonna
doing
have to
lately,
clean
man. You've been really killing it. Hey, I'll let you go, man.
Cool. Oh, that looks great.
Oh, you like that?
Yeah,
I didn't even realize it
really
was on. I'm sitting there like, yeah. I was honestly not paying attention. That's
Yeah.
cool. Thanks, man. All right, brother.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's our
Mhm.
model. Hi, isn't he pretty?
Yeah, he is. He's gorgeous.
All right, man. Have a good
All right.
night.
Bye, everyone.